Khαίrete, friends. Welcome to Classics in Color, your weekly dive into some of the ancient world's wackiest facts. I'm Mark Graves, and today it is under 80 degrees, and I can buy apple cider at the grocery store. So my inner basic bitch is very happy, and I am ready to tell you a ghost story from the ancient world. Let's jump into it. Our tale for today comes from Phlegon of Tralles. He was on the staff and payroll of the Roman Emperor Hadrian, which is kind of an interesting choice on Hadrian's part, because Phlegon is perhaps most well known for his Book of Marvels. This was a reasonably popular genre in the ancient world. The technical term for it is paradoxography, and basically it's just a list of random, weird, interesting, often sensational facts and stories. It's basically exactly what I'm doing here in this video, so I definitely appreciate Phlegon. And he ends his story by including a note that says, if you decide to write about this ghost story to the King Hadrian, send word to me so that I can dispatch to you one of the people who examined the affair in detail. So basically, he knows that this story is wild, but he's willing to vouch for it and even send witnesses to prove that this ghost story actually happened. A young man, Machades, has been staying as a house guest for maybe a couple of weeks with a family that he doesn't know particularly well. But he's enjoying himself so far because every night there's a young girl who sneaks into his room and is carrying on an affair with him. But one night, one of the maids notices that there's a lamp on in the room, even though it's super late. So she peeks in to check on everything. And when she sees the young lady there, she screams and runs to tell the family. The maid tells the lady of the house, Querido, that her teenage daughter, who has been dead and buried for months at this point, is somehow alive and sleeping with their guest. Querido is shocked but doesn't really believe this, so she says, let's wait until morning and then we'll figure out what's going on. So they wait until morning and nobody sees the young lady sneak out, and when they go in the room, she's not there. So then they ask the young man about what's happening, and this is how he responds. The youth was anxious and confused at first, but hesitantly revealed that the girl's name was Philinion. He told how her visits began, how great her desire for him was, and that she said she came to him without her parents' knowledge. Wishing to make the matter credible, he opened his coffer and took out the items the girl had left behind, the gold ring he had obtained from her, and the breast band that she had left the night before. Querido, the mother, hears her daughter's name Philinion and also sees and recognizes her daughter's bra, and understandably she starts to lose it a little bit. She breaks down and they explain to him that something strange is going on here. Now, he does not believe, at least right away, that he is sleeping with a dead girl. He suspects that some grave robbers maybe have gotten into her tomb and stolen her clothes and then sold them, and now he's sleeping with some random mystery girl. But he promises the next night, if Philinion comes back, that he will look into the matter. She entered at the usual time and sat down on the bed. Machades pretended that nothing was wrong, since he wished to investigate the whole incredible matter to find out if the girl he was consorting with, who took care to come to him at the same hour, was actually dead. She ate and drank with him. He simply could not believe what the others had told him. So he still does not believe that he's been sleeping with a ghost, so he calls the rest of the house into his room to say, hey, look, I'm sleeping with a real person, not your dead daughter. But the parents are shocked and they swear, no, that's our daughter. She looks exactly like her. And the girl responds as follows. Mother and father, how unfairly you have grudged my being with the guest for 3 days in my father's house, since I have caused no one any pain. For this reason, on account of your meddling, you shall grieve all over again, and I shall return to the place appointed for me, for it was not without divine will that I came here. This response to me seems pretty confusing and unsettling. Why is she mad at her parents that they're upset? How did she get permission to come back from the underworld for 3 days? Why is she using that time to sleep with this random guy? I have no idea, and it definitely does not answer any of our questions. And after she says all this, she immediately drops dead. At least, again, she looks very dead. She feels very dead. We think this time. So the whole town hears about this and they all come in and they look at the probably dead body. And then they all go to her original tomb, her grave, and they check that out, and it is indeed empty. There's no body, no clothes there. So they decide that yes, indeed, this is a ghost / zombie that has come back and has been sleeping with this guy. And they are disturbed by this. So they decide we need to put her to a final rest, and they take her outside the city limits and then burn the body. So hopefully she can be at rest now, and they have purification rituals for everybody in the town. Sadly, the gentleman that she was sleeping with, Mercedes, has an unfortunate end. Phlegon says, Mercedes, the guest whom the ghost had visited, became despondent and killed himself. So that also leaves us with a bit of a mystery. Was he just so in love with her after those 3 days that he couldn't stand to live without her? Was he so disturbed by the thought of him having slept with a zombie? We have no way to know. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Special thank you as always to subscribers and to Patreon members, and I hope to see all of you again soon. Χαίρετε.